Is this thing on? Testing. That seems a little loud. Let me turn that down. Mic check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check, check, check. There we go. All righty. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you, Jari. Anything I like. And Anthony from earlier. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. CJK, happy Halloween. You guys like my flyer? Better yet, thumbnail. Aloha, Sadie. Shout out to Hawaii. Hawaii. Happy Halloween. Welcome, welcome. As you see in the title, no rules, no rules. We took the rules and we threw them out the window. Bye, rules. Never a believer. Welcome in. Yeah, I'll try not to spoil for you. Happy Halloween. Isn't it crazy that Halloween fell on a Friday? Because Halloween falls on the 31st, and the 31st backwards is 13. Friday the 13th. That's why, Jari, that you will. I'm on tense. GP, happy Halloween. Mark, it's good to see you. Happy Halloween. Miss Dog Lover from the other side of the rock. Never a believer. Happy 31st anniversary of the Minnesota Halloween snowstorm that had me and my friends stuck in a Pizza Hut overnight. Interesting. All right, let's kill that for a minute. The creepy piano. Creepy piano. I think we've had enough of the creepy piano. You guys like my thumbnail? A Dracula turns in the background, Frankenstein, werewolf. I mean, what else? And a little spider. Come on now. Yeah, absolutely no rules. And it's an open panel. So if you're feeling froggy, hit the link. Otherwise, we can just talk a lot of shit. GP, Halloween is my favorite holiday. Liberty German too, from the relating to the Delphi murders. I think her favorite holiday was Halloween too. Oh, you're not big on the spiders? Spider. What is that, Goodfellas? See if I can find that. Yeah, I think it's Goodfellas. Don Spain, what up? Another lieutenant. Got 2 lieutenants in the building. 3, actually. That could make us vulnerable to our enemies.
What? Where's my fucking drink? I asked you for a drink.
You wanted a drink.
I just asked you for.
I thought you said that you were all right, Spider.
No. What do you got me on a fucking?
No.
No, I thought I heard someone say something. Spider.
Spider. That's what that reminded me of, Jari. Spider. Really? It's not a thing in the UK. You think it would? I think it would be pretty big. I know it's big in China. Where else? Mexico. Dia de los Muertos. I think it's called like Feed the Ghost Day or something like that in China. I can't remember. Something weird. But it all comes from the same thing. I think it's like Scottish, right? Celtic. What's that? Wales, Ireland, Scotland. Spider.
I thought I heard someone say something. Spider.
Spider.
It was Henry.
You know you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck.
You know you're a mumbling, stuttering little.
that?
I thought you said I was all right, Spider. So
No, you ain't all
I
right,
am all
Spider. You got a
right.
lot of fucking problems.
no, I thought
You
you
ain't
said
all right.
you were all right, Spider.
I am all right. You ain't all right, you little fucking
That's what-
prick.
You little fucking prick. Oh, it's hilarious. Spider, spider. We did jack o' lanterns. Mine was a alien. But that's all we did. We just put out jack o' lanterns. Boom. There you go, Mark. Let them know. Simple. Like, sub, and share. Let's go viral. Miss Dog Lover. You know what's funny? We get called out a lot. You know, everybody wants to call out the sleuth crew. Oh, sleuth intuition, call in, murmur, murmur. I'll debate you. Man, we debated everybody. We don't give a fuck. They just want me to call into their channel to bring them views. Look, the link's right there. It's always there. How many times have I done an open panel? And how many times have I gone on to open panels and debated people? Constantly. How many times have I lost a debate? Never. Not one time. Just saying. I'm just saying. You know, the link is still there. It didn't go anywhere. Right. Come on my channel and I'll debate you. Of course, because no matter what happens, whether I kill it or you suck, it's still going to benefit your channel. A trillion times. Well, I've definitely left the platform open. Just saying. I guess I'm sheltered and don't know the hater channels that talks crap about this channel. Well, the only reason I know is because people let me know. And then I try to tell them when they let me know, like, hey, don't let these bottom feeders bring you down. It's not worth it. They're like energy vampires. I want those people to know that I see them for what they really are. You know, I see them. I see you. I see you. And it ain't no thing, really. It ain't no thing. But these screens are killing me. There we go. Hold on. There's a thumbprint right here. There we go. Spider, spider. I'm all right. You ain't all right. Are people still debating Delphi? Everything, Mark. Not even just Delphi, everything. They want to debate everything. Thanks, GP. Appreciate that. I had millions of Halloweeners tonight, ran out of candy twice. Yeah, we had a ton. And we're talking, we came back with bags, like at least 3-4 pound bags, you know, conservatively. That sounds horrible, Miss Dog Lover. No, thank you. Spiders don't really bother me. Spider, spider. Yeah, they really came out today, especially in our neighborhood. Anyone got the alternate scoop on the perfect neighbor doc that apparently doesn't shine the brightest light on the victim? Hmm? Come again? Sphincter says what? There you go. Here we do Fry's or Costco. Fry's or Costco? A little bit of CVS, Walgreens, Walmart here and there. Damn, there you go. See, Don's house is the kind of house you kind of look for. You know, there's always a couple of those people that'll hook it up. We used to seek those folks out when I was a kid. Whatever happened to Greeno? Laughed my fucking ass off. He was cray cray. Delphi case got him all twisted up. I don't know. When he was living in Delphi and covering the case, it was great. He seemed like he might have been off of whatever drugs he was on. I don't know what his issue was. Meth, maybe. But his channel had great content. I think he got up to like 19,000 subscribers. I definitely was tuned in. You know what I mean? Oh, have you watched the Perfect Neighbor documentary? Supposedly, there is an alternate truth that goes against the narrative portrayed of the victim. Yes, I have watched that documentary. I found it very interesting. The narrative that was portrayed, was it Netflix? Made it seem like somebody was sick of their neighbor, couldn't get their way, constant complaining. You know, this um, insatiable Karen who looked up a kind of a slick way to commit legal murder or commit murder and get away with it using the stand your ground law, which is what we have here in the United States of America. But you can't abuse it. You can't lure somebody in, you know what I mean, knowingly. I'm not saying that's what she did, but there was definitely evidence found of that, like that she was going to lure her victim, you know, into that scenario so that it would then be legal. But even if you could lure your, you know, your victim into it, does that really change anything? You know what I mean? Like if you could lure somebody into somehow just punching you right in the face, isn't that still assault? So I don't know, some shady ground there. But yeah, good documentary. Very sad, very disturbing story. It's heartbreaking. And another example of how true crime just happens like that. You know what I mean? Went from a simple issue with your neighbor and your kids to you dead just because you react. She Warrior, what's up? What do you guys think of the thumbnail? Misty Free Spirits in the building. What up? What up? Shadow, welcome. I watched The Perfect Neighbor today. That was wild. Yeah. And you know what? I remember kind of seeing bits and pieces of that story. I think I'm possibly on YouTube. So it was very interesting to see them kind of put it together that way. Thanks, Mark. I found it at a Goodwill. JK's. Yeah, you have to be careful. These Machiavellian-minded, sadistic killers are tricky. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that can get away with it. Oh, we got the money train. Mr. Moneybags. Sadistic. Yeah, because you know what that implies, right? Isn't that sexual gratification from the pain of others? I mean, what else is going to cause an opportunistic murder? You know what I mean? How did this happen? Oh my God. She was only walking a block and he attacked her. It's because it's usually it's a sadistic person, somebody who's fantasizing about committing something heinous. Right? Okay. Now that we've identified that, how do we see that person? Like, how do we know that somebody's doing that when they're compartmentalized? Right? Isn't that the conundrum? Oh, there's something I wanted to ask you guys. What is going on with the HTC drama? What is that? I haven't been following HTC for very long. Um, I didn't know about her until, or them, until the Delphi trial. Can you guys kind of explain that to me a little bit? I took a little journey on Twitter, and apparently there's a shit ton of people that are like talking about them. Sure where that comes from. I did see a video where she was talking about being stalked. I don't know if that's what this is all about. Sadie yogurt shop murder is finally solved. Wow. Honestly, I didn't know anything about that case until a recent documentary, and then boom, right after the documentary was released, boom, the case is solved. I don't know if that's the power of the documentary. I don't know if the documentary was made because when you're covering a case, you establish sources, and if those sources are, leaking information to you, that could kind of give you the upper hand and a little foresight. Yeah, I like HTC. What's going on? Here, let me see. Maybe I can pull it up on some of the stuff I was saying on X here. Ooh, look at that. Hold on. Here comes the train. Get out of the way, Don. Money bags. Here comes the money train. Thank you, Miss Dog Lover. I think that's her husband. They like I don't know what this is about. That looks weird. Um, who's this guy? Turtle Boy.
Celebrate the Delphi victims.
Oh, from Karen, the Karen Reed case.
Victims. The only Delphi victim, well, the girls who killed were obviously victims, but there's also a Delphi victim named Richard Allen. Okay.
Okay, see how he doesn't know anything about the case yet? He's the victim. Um, black magic, guys, right there, black magic. They just already know instinctively, instinctually. Let's see here if I can narrow it down. So apparently, she made a video where she was talking about people stalking her, and I know what she's talking about. It's about how people can kind of gang up on you, and I've been attacked plenty of times. You know, we withstand a lot. There was people who called my wife and played the sound of people dying. Tried to call her bosses. Um, People have showed my pictures of my kids on the screen with my address. You know, honestly, that stuff's all public information. It's like, fuck. You know what I mean? Every day is a risk. Every day you could become a victim of true crime. Living in a free country like the United States, it's risky. You want to live freely? Hey, you need the rule of law. You need the rule of law, or you need to have brass balls, right? Can't, you can't have one without the other. Let's see. Here's a little bit more. Here, let me share this. So I don't know what's going on, but I did notice this today. Maybe I can zoom in on it. Um, First of all, you're not supposed to trust Jerry Holman. He has a bias, he has an angle, he has a political career to protect.
That away doesn't mean that's a clue that we need to go.
So Richard Allen being innocent has nothing to do with Jerry Holman. Like, forget Jerry Holman. Grab him, take him out of the equation, and completely remove him. And just look at the facts. It doesn't change. The facts is just Richard Allen. Like, you can chew gum and walk at the same time, right? Both things can be true, is all I'm saying. Some say she made a mountain out of the molehill, and others say her story is validated of true crime fanatic gone cray stalker on her. Well, the thing is it can be shocking, right? And she has the power to yield. When you have a large channel, it could be weaponized. So maybe she found comfort in that. I've never chose to do that before. I've never taken my 12,000 subscribers and said, hey, we're now going to become a weapon and crash down upon somebody. I'm not saying that I would never do that. I'm just saying we haven't done it yet. But she has a much bigger sword to swing around, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, if somebody was fucking with me and in a small way for people on social media, that is power. I mean, people know who she is. She has a history. Jerry Holman wanted to fucking give her an exclusive. I'm just saying, in some circles, that could be considered power. She wielded that power. The question is, did she wield it as power or as a weapon of like dominance? You know what I mean? Is she the victim or is she the victimizer? False confessions. That is a good example. Yep. We talk about that on this channel, Don. We don't shy away from false confessions. We don't shy away from police corruption. We don't shy away from politics. You know what I mean? We're right here. We might not be the most exciting channel in the world, but we're here and we're consistent. Springfield 3. What, Mark? Can you be specific? Oh shit. YouTube bad actors, what up? Happy Halloween. I've got brass boobs. Even better. Even better. Yeah, Sadie, it is messed up, but you know what? It's not any, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even exist in the physical world. It's like somebody calling you on your phone, right? You pick up and they're able to upset you by the words that they say. Somehow they've been able to infiltrate your camp, right? You picked up the phone and you established a connection. Just don't pick up the phone with these people. It's not worth it. You know, they're energy vampires. That's how I look at them for the most part. For rich talented do don't trust him at all. Nope. See, I don't know what all this is here. Yellow Jacket, we know her from the Delphi case. Oh, they're attacking the unsolved. That's something that Cryptex was doing recently, right? A well-known
And
hypocrite.
he says,
A
and this is what I
well-known
shared on my lunch
hypocrite.
live earlier. He states, I saw my parents that morning. My sister came over and they all wanted to go to lunch. But I opted for a 6-pack instead, and I drank 3 beers. I went home, I bundled up a lot. And then once I got on the trail,
What's up,
I
Joni?
saw the girls and I followed the girls.
Welcome in, Joni Sullivan. Oh, Sleuth, that people did that to you, calling your wife and playing sounds. Yeah, they played sounds of people dying. People hacked into my emails. Like to emails that I totally forgot about, right? So they're going through all of my shit. They still do it to this day. I've had other YouTubers well-known YouTubers hack into my live stream live. I don't care. Like, ooh. The thing is, the best kept secret is how real you keep it. You know, never expose to those who would try to harm you your capabilities. You know, you always want to be the little guy. The Save a Fox girl killed herself because of online trolls. All she did was take in wayward animals, for God's sake. It was horrible what happened to that sweet woman. Yeah, and the tough part about all of that, Don, is victims, people that can be easily victimized by that behavior, for whatever reason, let their stance be known. You know what I mean? They kind of announce it like, please don't do this, this, and that. And for the perpetrator, they say, ooh, all right, that means I'm going to attack you. So this person's going to respond. That's all they want is a response. I just wish I could help those people who constantly respond to that negative energy and that false guilt and all that bullshit. I wish I could help them. It's just so unnecessary. Oh, they did that because of your stance on Delphi. Yes. Yes, bad actors. They showed a picture of my kids with a map to my house. And while that was going on, we were receiving those phone calls. The only thing is that we're not victims, you know what I mean? Like that shit don't even phase us. Like we're not going to sit here and cry about that. Because we've already been ready, you know what I mean? Like in the physical world, we're ready. Cuz that's the only time it matters. If you want to step to my front door and challenge me, you will be met. You will be met. um I I don't know. I was born in conflict. Like I don't understand this shit. Most of these people would never ever ever withstand a physical confrontation. That's all I'm saying. Like they don't know brutality, but yet they're so angry and they're so mean. Let's see who this guy's kind of funny.
McLellan interview. Because hidden true crime, copyright claims. Even though this is way within
His
the
I
fair
like
use
his
topic,
accent.
they do it because if they copyright claim somebody and take the video down, then you appeal it. Well, then they have 30 days to respond. Meanwhile, your video is down.
Meanwhile, your video is down. She did get a bunch of exclusives, you know, with all of these players on the prosecutor side. And I don't trust any of these guys. Nick, I mean, look at that mustache. I don't trust that mustache. I come from a long history of being victimized by police. I don't trust cops. I don't trust the court systems. You know, I've never been a felon. But you better believe. Well, actually, I take that back. By the time I was 14, I had 13 felonies. But I've never been a felon as an adult. So I definitely
I appreciate you giving me
rephrased
the
that.
heads up so I can let the family know. But when the cell phone video came out, nobody
Us. And full disclosure, I just want to share that we actually will probably be going live later today with some new exhibits that are coming down. By the time we release.
Bad actors, you just ignored it. I didn't ignore it. It just, I mean, it's nothing to me. Like, what am I going to do? The truth is, I'm ready for anything. I've been ready for, I've seen it all. I've already defended myself against everything. I've been shot at. I've had people try to stab me. Like I come from a pretty rough place. Like I'm not afraid of any of this. We used to go to the bars as young men. The bar from a rough place. You know what I mean? Come from a very violent place. But I've never been a felon as an adult. And I've never even had any contact with law enforcement in a negative way. Other than one time when I was pulled over on the highway and got a warning for crossing a white line. Other than that, it's been 30 years. But I don't trust law enforcement. I know some of them are good. I don't trust politicians. I know some of them are good. I don't trust school teachers. I know some of them are good. I don't trust any of you, and I know some of you are good. And I definitely don't trust this fucking mustache. That shit is questionable. I mean, look at that thing. You have to be able to measure that. I mean, it looks like Illuminati. That might be Illuminati confirmed. Hold on. There's only one way to be 100% on that. There's only way to confirm something, make sure something's confirmed 100%. It's the check. All right. Oh, yeah. Yep. There it is. There it is. Illuminati confirmed. Stephanie, how you doing? My granddaughter wore me out tonight, laugh aloud. She fell asleep at 9:30. I'm not long behind her. Hang in there. Hang in there, Stephanie. This is the stream. This is the adult stream, right? This is the put the kids to sleep and let's go crazy. There's definitely no crying in baseball. Yeah, all I know is that this is definitely Illuminati confirmed. You guys see it here. Either that or he's full-blown Ned Flanders. Yep, words to live by right there, Johnny. Trust no one. Do not trust a soul. That's, I don't know. I feel like that's an urban legend by now. I remember telling that story when I was a little kid to my friends. Yeah, I don't know if I trust that. We might have to talk about that. Dawn, I've been in at least 80 life and death fights as an adult, guns, knives, etc. How can anyone bully an animal savior? Yeah, there's something kind of special about animals. I think people that have been traumatized, I think animals can be somewhat therapeutic. They have a certain, I'm not going to stab you in the back. I'm not going to try to kill you. I'm just simply here to hang out with you for your well-being. Humans, they're too complex for that. We can be friends on here. That doesn't mean inviting people from online into your, yeah, don't ever invite people from online into your world, into a real world situation, unless it's controlled, right? I'm sure I'll meet some of you guys at some point, but hopefully not in some kind of an ambush type situation. I don't know what you guys want to do with this information. But it's obvious. It's proven here. Breaking news. Sleuth Intuition brings it to you. Nick McClellan, Illuminati confirmed. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Who? Andy Kopsa. That sounds familiar. Andy Kopsa. Correcting the coverage. Hidden true crime is awful. See, like, what is that? When does true crime coverage start to include like covering true crime content creators? You know, what is that? You can't cover any cases. You're too busy. You have to cover another content creator. That should be a red flag for people to realize that it's just drama. You know, it's a drama attack. I've noticed that some of these content creators go, how do I get my channel kind of sparked? How do I spark some action on my channel? I need some drama. And then boom, you'll see them kind of launch this weird campaign where they start attacking certain creators. Well, that's them going through the thought process. Hey, I need some action on my channel. And they always resort to drama. That's why we've taken such a big hit, guys. But we're in this for the long haul. You know what I mean? I didn't work for the majority of my life to try to become a YouTube content creator just to fall to the wayside. Sometimes you just got to chill. You know what I mean? Hang tight. And ride it out. It's just the way it is. Stay consistent. That's all you got to do. If I hide in the bushes, it's just here metaphorically. Got you. Well, usually if I see you in the bushes, YouTube, it's because I feel like you're protecting me. You know what I mean? You ever had like a weird friend that sees danger that you really don't see? And then sure enough, the guy that befriended you was really trying to sucker punch you the entire time. You know? Boston, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, you got to be true to yourself. To thine own self be true. You know, that's the one major thing I took from Shakespeare. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's see what's going on here. I think I'm going to take a restroom break. But yeah, maybe you guys can kind of figure out what's going on here. For whatever reason, they're attacking HTC. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Hang tight. Don't go anywhere. All right. All right. See where we are on the chat here. Sadie, Gray Hughes must admit can come off a bit cringe, but he takes them jabs and insults like a champ. He also did kind of sort of harass Lauren chick during Delphi. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Gray Hughes. You know what I mean? Don Spain Sleuth, what's your opinion on Three Eye Atlas? Don, my eye is to the sky, but I'm just kind of waiting. I don't really know what to expect. Lately, it's all about, suspense and building up, something. So I'm just going to kind of wait it out. But it is interesting, and I'm watching it. Definitely watching. I'm always watching. My eye is always to the sky. Like I said, the jack-o'-lantern that I carved was an alien, was a face of an alien. See, well, all the Delphi cranks are jumping on the bandwagon again against Lauren because of what happened with a totally separate thing. Yeah, I don't understand. I feel like she made herself a target. If you make a public announcement and say, hey, look, I'm susceptible to the attacks of trolls and people who live that lifestyle. Well, when you say that, trolls that live that lifestyle, their ears perk up. What is that, a corset? What kind of dog is that? What kind of dog where their ears are kind of pointed? I know some of you people know what kind of dog that is. Well, that's what trolls do. You know what I mean? Their ears perk up. So don't call them. What you need to say is like, look, you're not going to get a reaction out of me because I don't recognize you. I don't even see you. You're fucking dog shit on my shoe. Because you ain't got nothing to say. You know? You do the devil's work. Satan is your daddy. When Satan is your daddy, you ain't nothing to me. It's like I can't even see you. Never a believer. Elon Musk shot down Joe Rogan hints at alien invasion in their interview released today. I don't know. I saw a video where Elon Musk was saying that he was an alien. But at the same time, for a lot of my life, I've been saying us humans, we are aliens. Think about it. We're looking for aliens and we're right here. We are the aliens. Miss Doglover, don't worry. There's no rules today. You can mention anything you want. Matter of fact, I hope that you do. I'm afraid Lauren poured gasoline on an ember. Hopefully it all just fizzles up. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened. You know, I know it can feel overwhelming if you're not used to it, being attacked like that. Thing is, I've been attacked my entire life. It wasn't nothing to me. Like to be attacked online, I was like, oh, let me know when it gets physical. You know what I mean? It's like it didn't matter to me. Nobody in the outside world should be able to affect you, who you are, and your position with your family and in your career and in your goals. They should never ever have control over that whatsoever. And if they do, it's because you're insecure and you got some things that you got to work on. Yep, no rules. No rules. That goes for you too, Jari. So if somebody you don't like is pissing you off, fuck it, block them. So today is the Halloween stream. Open panel too. We're not shy. Where you at? Where you at, ghouls and goblins? We ain't scared. Bad actors wield that wrench exactly like a sword. Let's see. This is from Dizzy. Let's see what Dizzy has to say. HTC has an ulterior motive for absolutely everything they do. LM's behavior was bad enough during Valo's ID trial without the shit she pulled in Delphi. But the latest stunt takes the cake. Anyone who still supports HTC needs to take a serious look at themselves. So what this is to me, this is not a post or a comment. This is a cry to the cult. Like, hey, fellow cult members, this is where I'm at. I'm with you. With those of you who are saying these things, regardless if they're true or not, I'm with you. That's my group. Because I don't know of anything that HTC did other than to say, hey, I sat there during trial and I thought Richard Allen was guilty. I feel like that's all she did. And then also on top of that, made herself vulnerable. Like, hey, if you come after me, I'm going to, it's going to affect me. And that's the one thing you cannot allow. Yes, bad actors, absolutely. Today was really good, or this Halloween was really good, bad actors. Miss Dog Lover, I'll be on for a minute. Last are still alive, in my opinion, is Dennis Rader and Gary Ridgway. Don't forget about Ted Bundy. You got Ted Bundy, BTK, and Gary Ridgway. They were all kind of seemingly in competition with one another. Jari says, I don't hate anyone, much less someone on here. Yeah, don't. If you, as soon as you hate somebody, you're allowing them to take your love. And you can have discernment and still have love for everyone without it including judgment, right? Stephanie, HTC, I fell asleep on her 9-hour live, woke up to her saying the same thing. She brought all the attention on herself, and I can't feel sorry for her. I don't know who she is. I didn't learn about her until her Delphi coverage. I enjoyed it. It was great. She was covering the Valo case. And then while she was here in Arizona, I can't remember how I reached out to her, possibly an email that is on her channel. I didn't get a response. But other than that, I don't really know too much about her. I'm learning more about her through all of this weird online attack that's going on. Like, I didn't know that she was a broadcaster back in the day. So that's new. Stephanie says she's a plant. The thing is, I don't know if she's a plant, but she's definitely a like, she allowed Holman to kind of pave the way, create his narrative. She didn't ask him any hard-hitting questions. It's important that you ask the hard questions. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point? What's the point of having Jerry Holman on your channel if he's just going to spew the same bullshit? Like, you need to ask him the tough questions. And You should only be willing to have him on if he's agreed to like, hey, we're gonna fucking hit you, bro. So yeah. So I don't know if she's a plant, but she's definitely kind of like an appeaser, I guess, if you want to call it that. Definitely wasn't journalism, I guess. It was more like good content. It was good YouTube content. Okay, guys, watch but you shouldn't expect anything. So it was a little bit tough in that regard. In that regard. They did that with the parents of Stephen Stern's interview. I think they want to hear what the people think. Yep, exactly. And the thing is, you have to be a leader. You know what I mean? You don't want to just kind of follow the Pied Piper. And that makes it tough because the majority of people here on YouTube, they're just here for entertainment. And I don't blame them. That's great. That's part of it. That shouldn't be the only part, right? Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not what we're appealing to on my channel. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If that's all you want to do, I'm looking for whatever entertains me, right? When I lay back in bed and I'm relaxing and I hit the TV, and that's what I'm looking for. What entertains me. And honestly, right now, what I love to watch is the first 48. The first 48, Signs of a Psychopath, and all of these really good documentaries that they've been putting out recently. That Evansdale documentary, man, that's a lot of these cases. That's what they need. They need a really good documentary put together with a big budget. Hannah Shakespeare. Come on. Let's see something. Let's see something big, maybe for Flora. That'd be great. There you go, Don. Dude, don't even worry, Don. We're in it for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? We're not a fly by night. Some people's dream is to go to the moon. Mine is to be, a civilian journalist, civilian detective, civilian sleuth, podcaster, YouTuber, broadcaster, late blooming journalist. Right? And I don't need your permission. And you guys don't need my permission. You know what? Here, let's play. I don't think that I monetized this video, but here, let's play a good song. Let me put on a song for you guys. This song got me through some tough times when I was a young kid. Hopefully you guys can hear. Great song. I am that I am that I am that I am. I am that I am. Peter Tosh, go check it out. Yeah, what's that? Bad actors. JK, JK. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What brings you on today?
Just thought I'd say hello.
Well, hello back.
And I can hear myself.
That's on your end. You need to probably shut off your YouTube.
Yeah, I might have to come back.
No, you don't have to come back on. Just shut off the YouTube.
Okay. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to.
You know how you were watching me?
Yeah.
Turn that off.
Yeah, I'm on my iPad. So should be fine.
I don't hear an
I've not had
echo.
a problem before.
Bad actor says it's echoing, but I don't hear an echo.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't hear it. That's why it's always good to kind of have if you're going to be streaming, kind of have your own like YouTube playing in the back. Yeah, if I had to guess, she had the YouTube playing in the background. She might just have to mute it. I've done that plenty of times. Been there, done that. Yep, rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. So what the hell? What the hell? What are you guys talking about? You and Stephanie are going back and forth, huh? What you guys talking about? Oh, okay. Yep. That's right. You guys did mention that earlier. Even her grandmother seemed odd to like Shirley. What is this? Blaming the mom? You know what? There was something that I saw earlier today. Wasn't she in court? We can watch that together. I meant to actually watch that. Let me see if I can find that. I think it might have been on Court TV. Maybe not. Maybe not. I take that back. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate that. Yeah, the mom had to have some responsibility in all of it, but she got some kind of immunity. Yeah, that's gross, Sadie. I do admit. But the one thing you can never do is underestimate the ability, the manipulating power of these sickos. Right? They seem like some kind of loving father. Any father, well, I don't know. 13's a little bit old, to be laying with your daughter in the bed, I guess. At least for me, I have 2 daughters. But, babies and stuff like that, that's fine. Toddlers, it's always fine. But I don't know. It's kind of weird, especially a stepfather without the mother. Yeah, it's definitely creepy. One second, Miss Dog Lover. Bam. There you go. I don't think so, Sleuth. What are you referring to? Yeah, I guess the meth wasn't mething. He wasn't even a stepfather. He broken up with the mom. Yeah, good point. Oh, they weren't even married. Yeah, fuck that. I don't know, Jari. I don't think it has anything to do with intentions. Some things are just appropriate, some things are inappropriate. You know what I mean? Like an adult giving a young kid alcohol. Like that's just inappropriate. I mean, you just don't do it. There's not it has nothing to do with intentions or not. You might have a good reason for it. It's just something you don't do. Welcome back, Miss Dog Lover.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. I don't know about them. They said you were echoing earlier.
Okay, yeah. I had some
Don't be
problem.
echoing up in here, all right? There's a no echoing rule.
Well, there were no rules tonight, though.
That's the only rule.
No echoing
Yeah, no echoing.
from the UK.
No UKOing. No
How you
UKing.
doing? How's your baby? How's
Oh,
your wife?
she's good. She's good. Had a bit of a freak out yesterday, but then of course I swooped in. She just needed some sleep.
Yeah. Oh, she must be absolutely shattered.
Oh, she's a superhero. At least you can see it in my son's eyes when he looks at her. He's like, she's definitely his superhero.
Oh,
Yeah, he's adorable. He's so chunky.
a chunky monkey.
Oh my gosh. He's so squishy. Yeah, just
That's
squish his
so
legs
lovely.
all day. Yeah, just squish his legs all day long.
We just had my nephew's 18th birthday.
Uh-huh.
18. He was 18, and it's like yesterday he was crawling around my apartment. Goes so quickly.
Oh, I know. My oldest is about to be 18.
Wow. And my niece is
Yep.
16 now.
She's getting ready to go to college.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But they're so amazing, aren't they? It's just like you watch them growing up and they're amazing.
Sometimes they're amazing. Mostly they're just like throwing up on you and pooping.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, projectile vomiting
yeah.
is a
The only
thing.
time I really like my son is when he's smiling at me. Otherwise, I'm just have my fist clenched and we're both have our fist clenched and we're like, what do you want to do? Make a move. I dare you to move. You know, but
Oh.
usually I'm one that flinched and these guys.
Can you hear me okay? Just checking.
Yeah, you sound good. Everybody says
Okay, good.
sounds good.
So are you getting enough sleep? You and your wife?
Yeah, we have a pretty good system going on right now. But every once in a while, you know, just kind of time overlaps. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one has to kind of step up while the other says, "Hey, I'm going to step back." Like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I need some rest." And then, you know, that's when I kind of step in.
Teamwork.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's really triggered by her. You know, he sees her and he's like, to him that's like, you know, the boobs or whatever.
Yeah. Typical guy.
Yeah, but when he sees me and he kind of feels the beard, he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's this fucking guy." You know what I mean? It's the hairy,
Yeah.
it's the hairy, ugly guy who he's the entertainer. You know, he'll
Yeah, you've got
entertain
different
me.
roles. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's totally calm with me. He'll fall asleep on my chest. You know, but with her, he's just constantly triggered. Like, hey, you know,
He wants the boob.
yeah, he's like if he had a whip, he'd be like snapping it at her. I think. Like
Oh, you
seriously,
poor wife.
that's what it is. Snapping at her. I swear. If you gave him a tiny little whip and he could actually use his arm, he'd be like swapping at her for sure. Seriously, I'm not joking.
Oh, they're so cute though, aren't they? Hard
Yeah, it is
work,
really cute.
but cute.
Oh, it's hard work.
So why
Definitely hard
haven't
work.
you watched Terrifier?
I watched it for, you know, momentarily. I just really don't have time. Usually I'm working on my channel or doing things, and when I'm watching movies, it's usually with my wife. It's like, hey, you know, let's watch a movie that we both want to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's not big into horror movies. I'm not really I'm more into old school horror movies like Return of the Living Dead and things like that. But as far as horror movies, we just don't watch them. We're more into like thrillers, comedies.
Yeah.
I don't know. It really depends.
It is quite good though.
I definitely, if I find the time, I'm gonna watch it. But usually when I have downtime, I'm watching like true crime content. I'm constantly trying to learn more about it.
Yeah. I was watching a YouTube video about Scream, like, you know, the making of the movie Scream.
Mm-hmm.
That was quite interesting.
Yeah, what was that about?
So it was like, you know, Scream, the franchise.
Yeah, I love those. I remember watching the very first one in the theaters. Yeah, in the Dollar Theater in Mesa, Arizona, long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, I remember that. So that was quite interesting. So yeah, that was good.
That reminds me, we talked about the Cassie Stoddard case a little bit not too long ago. You remember that case?
Oh, yes, I think I do remember that.
Let me see. How long is this video? Hold on. Let me put this up on the screen.
Didn't they the killers based it on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, they call it the Scream Murders.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to take this off the screen here. 2 seconds, and there we go. So let me play it. I'll turn it way down.
We're here.
Yeah, you remember this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they basically saw the same movie that you're talking about and went and reacted it, recreated it in real life.
Our two friends, and they are right in a house just.
And it seems typical, right? You have, I think it was the Springfield 3 where they busted out the light in the front yard, right? Bust that out, and that draws the occupants on the inside out. They come out to check, like, hey, what's going on out here, and possibly even replace the bulb. But it's really it's like an ambush. That's kind of what these guys did. Not so much like the Scream movie. They didn't. Well, Scream movie was much more gruesome.
Weren't they hiding in the basement?
These guys in real life?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the real life Scream story is much more terrifying than the movie, by far. They were hiding in the basement. They came inside. They were like, there was multiple attempts to lure them out. So you have to think that they lost some kind of maybe connection with reality. Like, how do you, like, at that point when you're doing that, do you think they realize that they're getting ready to commit a murder?
Well, obviously was premeditated.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, at any point they could say, like, oh, we were just trying to scare you, or because they shut the power off, they went to the breaker box and they shut the power off. Right? At that point, it's just kind of a prank. Like, ha 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 ha. You know, we shut the power off. Hey, it's us. It's your friend. Because they knew the victim. At what point are they still continuing? Don says you're echoing again.
I am echoing.
I see. I can't see it on my end.
I'm gonna have to go. It was good to speak to you. Everyone
Miss
else,
Doglover, thank you.
calling.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye. That's unfortunate. That really, you're not familiar with this case, Stephanie? Yeah, let's watch this. This is
On the street.
probably one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life.
We checked out the whole house. We know there's lots of doors. There's lots of places to hide. I unlocked the back doors, so it's all locked. Now we just gotta wait. And yeah, we're really nervous right now, but you know, we're ready.
We're listening to the greatest rock band
We've
ever,
waited for this for a long time.
Pink Floyd, before we commit the ultimate crime of murder.
So what do you guys make of them kind of mentioning Pink Floyd? Saying, hey, it's important that we listen to Pink Floyd before we commit these murders. It says here, September 22nd, 2006.
We waited for this for a long time.
A long time.
We'll stay tuned. Just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like it wasn't real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up. We gotta get our act straight.
It's okay. Okay, let's buy movie tickets now.
Okay.
Come on.
No.
Okay, how do you go from kind of a prankishness to full-blown murder? Can somebody help me understand that a little bit? Like these guys would have been fine, right? Like ha 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 ha, we hit your breaker box and we shut your power off. You know, that's hilarious. Were you scared? Yes, we're scared. Please go away. Okay, bye. No, it didn't work. They came inside and they started throwing things inside, trying to lure the victim out. And then when that didn't work, they just went up to the victim and stabbed her to death. How did these kids go from, hey, I'm a high school student, you know, I'm very disturbed, I'm into some weird shit, I'm documenting. How do they go from high school students to premeditated murderers? I mean, you can see that in the video. Watch this. Here, let me run it back.
We're ready.
We're listening to the greatest rock band
We've
ever,
waited for this for a long time.
Pink Floyd. Before we commit the ultimate crime of murder.
We've waited for this for a long time.
A long time.
We'll stay tuned. Just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and
We just killed Cassie. That could have been anybody. There's two stupid kids right now who are looking at your children and thinking the same thing. And look how quick it changed.
We've waited for this for a long time.
Pink Floyd.
They're saying we're listening to Pink Floyd. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Listen to it. This is before the murders.
Before we commit the ultimate crime of murder.
We've waited for this for a long time.
They're looking at
A
your
long
family
time.
member right
We'll
now.
stay tuned. Just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like really real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up. We gotta get our act straight.
He says it didn't even feel real. Because it's not real for them. They're not, it's like they don't even exist. And then you have the sadistic friend. He's like, shut the fuck up. We need to get our story straight. That's your psychopath kind of using this other person who's disconnected from reality.
It's okay. Okay, let's buy movie tickets now.
Okay.
Come on, we're gonna buy.
No.
Goodbye.
Oh, Sadie brings up Columbine. Oh, that's their heroes. Columbine was a catalyst to, I think, a lot of this. Even Brian Koberger. I think Columbine had even a little bit to do with Brian Koberger. And what kind of fuels him. Thank you, Jari. If you guys want to hit the Cash App, there you go. I appreciate it. I don't know if that's quite right. Jari, but thank you. Miss Dog Lover says, just not comprehend killing somebody. Well, the thing is, Miss Dog Lover, I don't think anybody can. But what is the recipe for murder? What's the recipe? Right? You have crimes of passion. You have opportunistic murderers. Then you have serial killers. And some are both, or all of the above. Some like to think that people can be driven to murder, right? You know, abuse. The Menendez brothers, right? Early childhood trauma, abuse, unimaginable childhood abuse, and that sparked murder. What the hell was her name? Her mom, what was it? Munchausen disease. There was an HBO special about it, and her mom made her believe that she was fucking crippled. God, I'm having such a brain fart with that. I know somebody in the chat will help me with that. But even her, she's free. Like, she killed her mom, her and her boyfriend. They worked together and they came up with a case and they gave an explanation of why they murdered her. And now she's free. So, you know, this is a crazy world.
We're going for a high death count.
We're not going not to get caught, Ryan. If we're going for guns, we're just going to end it. We're just going to grab the guns and get out of there, kill everybody and leave.
We're going to make history. We're going to make history.
For all you FBI agents watching this, you weren't quick enough.
We were quick enough, and you.
This is the part that bothers me about this. They said that they're going to make history. And they did. In Columbine, they made history. Brian Koberger was an incel with nothing going for him. Women despised him. He was just awkward. But the moment he killed 4 innocent people, these sick fucks out here, the same people who support Richard Allen and other convicted killers, were gushing over him. For whatever reason, they now have this hybristophilic attraction to him. It's really strange. Stephanie's asking, so they ever find them, or are they still running around? Who are these guys? You don't know this case? This is a very high-profile case. Thank you, Jari. If you guys want to support my channel, hit the Cash App. Join the money train. No, that's true, Sadie. Most sadistic killers want to kill. They've been fantasizing about it for a long time. And they've been preparing for it. So once they do it, people are very shocked by the way that they're able to just sleep at night. But the truth is, they've been preparing for it. They've been fantasizing about murder, and they've just been thinking like it's going to happen one day. Kind of like Richard Allen, right? He's been thinking about it, and then his life went to shit, and he had all this free time. and he was able to commit the murder. That happens with a lot. The Carly Brusha case is a lot like Abby and Libby's case. Opportunistic. Sadie, yeah, Munchausen by proxy. They were fantasizing about murdering for a long time, as said by them. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about people that fantasize about murder, they seem to start to mold their entire world around that, like the opportunity of actually making it happen. And that's kind of part of compartmentalization. That's kind of part of becoming a chameleon, is you have to believe the lie yourself. So you have to tell a lie so good that even yourself can believe it, right? You're sitting there, you're talking to investigators, you're talking to your family. They're asking you, "Hey, did you commit this murder? Did you have anything to do with it?" They're like, "No." And it's believable because even you yourself have put what you did so far in the back of your psyche that you believe it yourself. It's a lie that even you believe, right? It's not that it's a lie that you believe, but it's a lie that a person, the normal person that you've kind of learned about, what you perceive as a normal person would buy that. So the normal person buys it. Therefore, that's what a sadistic psycho tries to sell. It's very strange. It's, you know.
We're smart enough, and we're going over to Nixon's house. We're gonna go snoop around over there and try to see if she's home alone or not.
See, there
If
you
she's
go,
home alone,
Gypsy.
Splat.
Yep, there you go.
She did.
Don't put your humor into this, Brian.
I'm not putting humor into it. Yep. People will die.
Yeah, hybristophilia is rampant on YouTube, but I don't even know if it's hybristophilia. I think it's more of like a hero complex. If you suffer from early childhood trauma and you can wear that into getting yourself like some kind of an interview, or if you can use your vulnerability to get some kind of an interview, some kind of a media interview or exclusive, some people lack the ability to remove themselves from it. It's like once they interact with these people, they have to relate to them or befriend them. Just interviewing somebody doesn't mean that you know them or somehow you're now besties with them. And some people don't know how to do that. Some people just automatically feel like they owe them something. YouTube bad actors, yep. You're talking about gateway crimes, like arson, animal abuse. Absolutely. Those are telltale signs right there. Guarantee it. If you sat down with the parents of these people right here, they would tell you about how they tortured animals and how neighborhood animals went missing. A lot of times, what people don't realize that when there's a sadistic killer out there, what you're going to see first and foremost, and investigators aren't going to tell you about this, but if you really do your own diving, you'll see that what I'm saying is true. If you look and you follow the addresses of most of these serial killers or sadistic killers, you'll see a large number of unsolved animal murders, animal abuse, skinnings, things like that. So what these sadistic killers do is they go out and they begin killing neighborhood pets, Like I'm talking by the dozens. It goes unreported. Compartmentalization and manifestation. Well, actually, it's manifestation and then compartmentalization. Don't even like killing bugs. I don't know. I slaughter flies and mosquitoes. But like earthworms and things like that I dig up, I try to, throw them in my garden. But spiders, brown recluses, like poisonous spiders, near like the entrance of my doors, yeah, I definitely take them out. But other than that, yeah, I try to preserve. Hold on. Here, I'll continue playing this. I'm going to take another restroom break, and then I have to finish communicating something. So if you need to grab a drink or go to the restroom, go do it now. Yeah, you always got to fight for the little guy. I agree with that. Bad actors. I mean, I am the little guy. I've been the little guy. You know what I mean? But what some people need to realize is that what I need to realize is that not all little guys can knock out the big guy. Like just because you can knock out the big guy and you're a little guy, it doesn't mean that that's what all little guys can do. They kill a lot of cats. They do. There was a woman that she basically was a serial killer out here in Phoenix, and she confessed to killing 100 cats, over 100 cats. She's like, "How did you find me? Was it the cats?" And they were like, "No, what are you talking about?" And come to find out, this sadistic killer, she was a psychopath. She started off by killing cats. She killed hundreds of them. She would stalk them and prey them like an animal. Oh my! It's the scariest thing ever. You know what? No, I haven't seen any scorpions, which is surprising. I've seen more rattlesnakes than scorpions, honestly. But you guys hang tight. I'll be right back. I'll play the video. I'm buddy, and I'll be back. Give me like 2 to 5 minutes.
Memories will fade.
Memories will fade. I wonder what movie you got that from, Brian.
Myself. That was for myself.
No wonder it was so lame.
Okay, we're on our way, and I'll let you stay tuned. We're almost there. Dixon's house. It's clear out there in the pasture. We've already snooped around her house a couple times. She's not home, so we're gonna go to the church over there, and we're gonna call a girl and a guy named Cassie and Matt. They're our friends, but we have to make sacrifices. So I feel tonight it is the night, and I feel really weird. It's having stomach and stuff, and I feel like I want to kill somebody. I know that's not normal, but what the hell?
I feel we need to break away from normal life.
How bright is this light?
Because, let's put it this way. Parents, along with their parents, and so on, taught them about God, Jesus, the whole bullshit line. I'm sure you guys believe in God as well. I realized when I was in 7th grade, you don't believe in Santa Claus or vampires or werewolves. They're used to metaphor not to let. They teach their kids back in the 1800s. I learned this in English class about telling their kids that you can't go outside or a vampire will get you, just to make their kids stay and do what they want to do. God is basically the same way.
Yep.
Trying to get people to do good, or else, so-called, you go to hell.
And you're obviously going to hell if it's real, but you know what? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. And why would
yeah,
you
but
say
it's not real.
real?
It's not real because it's so blatantly obvious it's not real. But
people believe it because their parents teach them, and so it's so hard for them to let go of it because they've been taught their whole life.
Yeah, I know.
But fucking what the point I'm making is, we are also taught that things like killing people and the other thing is wrong. The only thing that it's wrong about is because it's breaking the law, and the law is only wrong. The law
natural selection, dude.
Because
natural selection. That's all I gotta say.
There should be no law against killing people. I know it's a wrong thing, but hell, you restrict somebody from it, they're gonna want it more.
Exactly. Goodbye, camera. Not home. My friend's too pussy.
Yeah, that's another documentary, Don Spain. It's another good one. Don't fuck with cats. Don't F with cats. You know what? That is actually one of the greatest documentaries ever. One of the greatest true crime documentaries ever created. Right there. Yeah, don't F with cats. There you go. See? I think it was a Netflix documentary. Man, that was good. Yeah, there you go. See? Not even men, Miss Dog Lover, not even men. You know what? And it brings me back. And I think sometimes that's how I relate to a lot of these guys because I think young me, like 14, 13-year-old me, I was very lost. I had this very, I was very disconnected from reality. I was just lost and I don't know how. Like I had no reason to be. Well, now I know all the reasons why, but then they didn't, I didn't realize it then. I didn't realize then what I know now. Yeah, what do you guys think about because what you guys don't know is that behind the scenes I put together all these live streams, right? All these different like theoretical live streams and then a lot of them I just don't put out. What do you think about serial killers meeting behind the scenes at some kind of like a weird club, like a serial killer club? Somehow they are able to find each other online through the dark web. Like, look, you have people like Keegan Klein who are able to exchange CSAM online with these people. How are they meeting these guys? Do they know them in person? No. Somehow they're meeting them online. We saw the extensive online searches of Rex Heuermann. It was very similar to Keegan Klein. And then we had stories of him actually going to nightclubs and potentially being involved in the Atlantic East Side Strangler case. So I guess the question is, what do you think about some type of weird serial killer club. You think that's realistic or far-fetched is the question. Yeah, absolutely no rules. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you call in and say, "Sleuth, you piece of shit." I really don't care. You want to know why? Because there's no rules. And boo-hoo, right? Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Pedos. Look her up would come on. I'm sure she would. That's fine. Yeah. Yep. The onion router. What a lot of people don't realize is there was a man who was captured right smack dab in the middle of Delphi who was trading CSAM on the dark web and has a connection to Kelsey German. So if this guy who is a father, also he's a father, has a child, a daughter, if he's able to do those things which involve bestiality and all of the sick things that Rex Heuermann were looking up, if he's able to do that in the smack dab center of Delphi, why not Richard Allen? Right? Depending on what devices he chose to use. Just because you didn't catch it doesn't mean it wasn't happening. Nobody caught this guy. Norfleet was his last name. Yet it was happening. And he was using the Tor browser and the dark web. Oh, I heard about one. They say those Texas murders are part of a killing organization. Yeah, I mean, why not? If you have pedophiles that are meeting and they're somehow able to become organized, why not serial killers? I mean, look how many people Ted Bundy killed. Gary Ridgway. You have Rex Heuermann reaching out to the Happy Face Killer. They're now pen pals. Who's to say they're not meeting behind the scenes at some kind of weird sick club, some fetish club? Right? Politicians, law enforcement, FBI, movie stars, musicians. Crazy.
To go investigate. Turn here. Why are you turning there, dude? Okay. Now we're gonna go over to Cassie and Matt's house. If they're home alone, we're gonna.
Cassie's house, Matt is there.
Matt is there. Sorry. We're gonna go. We're gonna knock on the door. We'll see who's there. We'll see if their parents are home or not. If they're home alone, we will leave our way, and then we will come back in about 10 minutes. We'll sneak in through the door because chances are they're probably in Cassie's room. So we'll sneak in the front door. We'll make a noise outside, and Matt will come out, investigate, kill him, and it will scare the shit out of Cassie. Okay? Well,
Sounds like fun.
We'll stay tuned. We found our victim, and sad as it may be, she's our friend. But you know what? We all have to make sacrifices. Our first victim is going to be Cassie, Stoddard, and her friend.
Turn your brights off, asshole.
Well, yeah, we'll find out if she has friends over. She's going to be alone in a big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere. How perfect can you get? I mean, like, holy shit, dude.
I'm horny just thinking about it.
Hell yeah.
What if somebody said the same thing about Abby and Libby?
And Matt will come out, investigate, kill him, and it will will scare the shit out of Cassie. Okay? Well,
Sounds like fun.
we'll stay tuned. We found our victim, and sad as it may be, she's our friend. But you know what? We all have to make sacrifice.
Did you hear what this person said here? Listen, very similar to what Kagan Klein confessed to what his father said. Listen, said, sounds like fun.
If they're home alone, we will leave our way, and then we will come back in about 10 minutes. We'll sneak in through the door because chances are they're probably in Cassie's room. So we'll sneak in.
See, at this point, these boys are not killers. They've done nothing. They're just fantasizing. They're just doing what they've always done. They fantasized about it. How do they go from this twisted fantasy to actually doing it?
In the front door, we'll make a noise outside. And
Right? The Springfield 3 will make a noise outside. The busted light outside. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, somebody's picking up food for me. Sadie says thrill killings are for amateurs. Serial killings are for professionals. I don't think so. I don't think Dennis Rader was any kind of a professional. He was somebody that, I don't know, I feel like he might have other murders. Because with Israel Keys, it's like he had different series or clusters. Right? Bitrolf referred to him as clusters. And with Rex Heuermann, it's almost like he could be responsible for the East Side strangling murders that happened in Atlanta. Remember those bodies that were pointing towards Gilgo Beach? Very strange. I don't know. Almost like the West Mesa murders in Albuquerque. Let's see, they stopped in 2009. We had somebody that was involved in the Delphi murders that lived in Albuquerque. You guys know who that was? Dave McCain. Dave McCain moved from Albuquerque in 2009. That's when the West Mesa murders stopped. That's when he moved to Indiana. Just saying. Yeah, I like Brian Enton. I'll check it out. You're muted. I'm not muted. You're muted. Your mom's muted. Yep, Atlantic City. You know what's crazy, Don? Is that apparently they proved that Rex Heuermann was in Atlantic City around that time. And another creepy thing about the West Mesa murders is it really gives me Rex Heuermann vibes. Israel Keys also had kill kits buried. Yeah, Sadie, exactly. He's a really creepy dude. He's the kind of guy I feel like has other murders Like he tried to, I feel like he would commit murders in a way that was similar to the Zodiac. And then when it didn't go his way, he didn't worry about it. He kind of he tried to erase it. But with the murders that he wanted everybody to see, it finally worked out for him. And that's why he allowed them to capture him. And then even while he was in prison, he left those drawings, or I can't remember what it was, something very satanic. But it was a bunch of photographs that equaled a certain number. And then the last one was supposed to represent him. And it was a suicide. So he was like almost like his final victim. It was very disturbing, I guess is the easiest way to put it. But it was very kind of zodiacish. You know, that whole signature very satanic. It was very satanic in nature. The smiley face killer network refers to a controversial theory that a serial killer or group of killers is responsible for the deaths of young. Well, the truth is, let me give you my theory, YouTube bad actors, on the smiley face killer. And this stems from a local investigation of a case here, Myers and Avalar. I personally investigated this case, and I could have swore my gut told me that this was a murder case. I even stumbled upon some creeps that were at the crime scene, you know, when I went boots on the ground. And I said everything about this. It was like Emily Pike, right? These kids ran away from a group home or a foster care home and then were found dead in a pool of water. After they ran the autopsy, it was alcohol poisoning. What this is, I think, is sadistic killers knowing that this is a good way to commit murder. This is a good way to conceal a murder. And it's not that it's some smiley face killer. It just so happens that a smiley face is the most popular type of graffiti that you're going to find. It's everywhere. And in those locations, these killers are committing murders in this fashion. And I think that that's what happened here in Mesa with Avalar and Myers, Svetlali. I think that they were murdered. And the way that they were murdered was whoever committed the murder forced them to drink alcohol. Absurd amounts of alcohol, to the point where they couldn't really do anything. They were basically poisoned. These individuals would then take their drunk victims into a pool of water, and the victims wouldn't even know that they were drowning. They would simply just push them under the water. They wouldn't fight at all. And then once they died, they would walk away. And just like these girls were found, it was ruled accidental. Because sadistic killers, like what YouTube Bad Actors is referring to, the smiley face killer, this is not a single person. This is certain killers who have found the cheat code. And it really is a cheat code. I followed this case from the beginning, you guys. I made contacts with homicide. I made contacts with the coroner. And I had the most up-to-date response on this. My reporting speaks for itself when it comes to this case. No homicide. The official ruling was accidental, that the girls got so drunk that somehow they stumbled and drowned. I was devastated. Because even though that could have happened, I think it's as simple, it's as just as easy for a sadistic killer to force these girls to drink an absurd amount of alcohol and then take them into a large pool of water and hold them under it. To me, that's the smiley face killer. Is some sadistic killer in your big city, wherever this might happen, wherever there might be smiley face graffiti, which is in every big city, and some sadistic killer who is thinking all I have to do is get my victim drunk out of their fucking mind, right? There's no bullet, no forensic evidence, no tie to me, no DNA. And all I have to do is take them out to a large body of water, hold them down, and walk away. Law enforcement finds them and says, up, they were drunk and they stumbled into the water. That's my theory. The deaths are connected by a pattern of young, athletic white males who have drowned after leaving bars. Yeah, that's the pattern. The pattern is that they're leaving. The thing about it is it's young, athletic white males who are going to the bar. And most of these people are found near bars. So, I mean, it's just kind of like a numbers game at that point. Yep, Riley. That was a very, very interesting case. And every once in a while, it's just true. You know, every once in a while, somebody might just stumble into the water. But there are people that target individuals like Riley. Riley could have been walking near the water. He was robbed. He didn't, do what he should have done. And the guy just said, okay, well, I'm just going to take you out to the water and drown you. Don Spain about McCain and West Mesa. Way to bring it back, Don. Well, check this out. Go look into the West Mesa murders. Here, let me see if I have my video. We'll play it. The reason I made this video is because Dave McCain moved out of Albuquerque in 2009 into Indiana. That's when those murders stopped. Remember, if a serial killer is trying to stop doing something, and then for whatever reason they commit a murder in their backyard, it may look sloppy. But remember, Dave McCain was also the guy that was on the trails that fit the timeline of the killer. He said, I got there. He was there from 2, I think he said from 2 to 4 was his testimony. From 2 to 4. That's the killer's timeline. And then you have Richard Allen during his interrogation name drops the McCains and the Shack. It's like the Mullen. Taking you down, and you're not going to say anything about you're not going to mention that. But the truth is that Dave McCain moved away from Albuquerque in 2009, and that's when the West Mesa murder stopped. That's a fact. I'm not accusing anybody. Let me see. What did I do with that video? West Mesa murder. Well, I guess I always have my YouTube channel, right? Here, let me I won't get rid of this Scream murders video. We'll bring this back up. Oh, here it is. Hold that thought. I'm just going to pull up my channel. Could be a link online, Houston, Austin, Chicago. Yeah, check it out for yourself. Like, go look at the dates. The call-in link here, I'll post it again. Never a believer. Hold on. There it is. For anybody that wants it. Here, let me go to my channel real quick. So the reason I made this video is because I discovered the fact that Dave McCain moved out of Albuquerque in 2009 and moved to Indiana. And that's when the West Mesa murders ended. That's when they stopped. They thought the guy died, or some of their suspects kind of coincided with that stoppage. But that's also something that kind of matches. So let's take a look at that. Between 2001 and 2005, a chilling series of disappearances went largely unnoticed in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Then in 2009, what investigators uncovered would shock the city and leave a haunting mystery that remains unsolved to this day. A local woman walking her dog stumbled upon human bones buried in the remote West Mesa. As police investigated further, they uncovered at least 11 women and an unborn child, all buried in shallow graves, hidden in plain sight. The victims ranged in age from teenagers to women in their early 30s. Many were Hispanic and faced difficult circumstances, including involvement in sex work or substance abuse, which made them particularly vulnerable. Their disappearances spanned years, yet the connection only became clear when their burial site was discovered. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Dorian? Despite extensive searches and investigations, the identity of the killer or killers remains unknown. The case became one of the largest unsolved serial homicide investigations in Albuquerque history. Several factors complicated the investigation. The victims' marginalized status meant many disappearances were not promptly recorded. The remote desert site concealed evidence for years. So basically, the West Mesa killer was the Albuquerque, Long Island serial killer. He was targeting vulnerable victims who were prostitutes and then just kind of dumping them in a place that he thought they wouldn't be found for quite some time. It's very similar to, it's the same MO as Rex Heuermann. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely a worldwide network for sure. Never a believer. I see you in the background. I can't add you. It says devices not connected. Oh, wait, hold on.
Never a believer. I see you in the
There you
background.
go.
Can't add
Welcome.
those devices.
You're echoing in the background, though.
Oh,
There you go.
What's up?
Nothing. That is an intriguing thought line, that there was a serial killer chat going on prior to what we're all thinking about their connections now.
What are you referring to?
How you were saying that maybe they were communicating before they were caught.
Who?
Like the last serial killer and Rex,
Oh, Rex
and
here.
then
Yeah, Rex Heuermann. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep. Let's see. I'll show you. So some people get the happy face killer and the smiley face killings kind of mixed up.
Yes, I am one of those.
So the happy face killer is Keith Jesperson.
And the smiley face is still unknown, correct?
Smiley face killings are often accompanied by a smiley face graffiti or something with the smiley face and involving a suspicious death, but mostly people that have drowned.
So
But
no
hey,
outright murder.
well, they don't know. But I think in some cases, yeah, I think it is murder. Think about it. That's all you would have to do, right? Let's say you're a serial killer. All you would have to do is force your victim to drink a shit ton of alcohol. And then once they become completely inebriated to where they can't even walk or even move, you take them to water and you just drown them.
Right.
Law enforcement finds them and says, oh, it's natural causes. They stumbled into the water and they drowned. That's what happened in Arizona with these two young girls. How did two girls, right? I can see one of the girls drowning. How do both of them end up in that same circumstance? Right? A killer could have easily have said, "Oh, well, I'm going to drown them," and then the coroner will find them, and then this is what they'll say. And you want to know what happened? That's what they said. So they're, to me, they belong to the smiley face killings. I think they're a case that belongs connected to that. Absolutely. But don't confuse it with the happy face killer, Keith Jesperson, who is now a pen pal of Rex Heuermann.
That is, yeah. I've heard that, but I heard that Jesperson. Am I echoing?
A little bit. It's not bothering me, but it could be bothering the rest of the group. Check with them. You guys hearing an echo?
I don't have it. I don't have it playing just on my phone. Let me just shut off my phone. It playing
Oh
just on my
yeah, the
phone. Let me
butcher
just
baker.
shut off my phone.
Robert Hansen. Here, I have a video on that too. Let's watch that. Here, this is my video on the butcher baker. This is Don Payne. Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. Today we will be discussing Robert Hansen, the butcher baker. The majority of the information from today's video was pulled from historydaily.org. The link is in the description. Between 1971 and 1983, Alaskan baker Robert Hansen killed at least 17 women. Although he was only convicted of 4 murders, each were carried out the same way, with the same brutal precision. Hansen's story isn't of someone who went down the wrong path. It's the story of the real-life boogeyman. Robert Hansen was born in Esterville, Iowa in 1939 to a family of Danish immigrants. His father, a baker, expected him to go into the family business, but the only thing the young Hansen liked to do was hunt and practice archery. There's no account of Hansen having friends or any semblance of a social life. Hansen later said that he was rejected by the young women in high school and mocked for his stutter pushed him to fantasies of revenge. The calm before the storm. Starting in 1957, it looked as if the Army Reserves could offer Hansen an escape, but he was discharged after just a year. After he returned to Iowa, he worked as an assistant drill instructor with the Pocahontas, Iowa Police, and even married a woman that he met on the job. From the outside, it looked as if he was finding his footing as an adult and letting go of his anger from the past. But this was just the calm before the storm. On December 7, 1960, police picked up Hansen after he burned down the Pocahontas County School bus garage, an act he blamed on the mental anguish he endured in high school. He only served 20 months of a 3-year sentence, and by the time he was released, he was kind of like Flora. Looking for a change, he fled to Alaska. Stops and starts. In 1967, moving to Alaska meant starting over from scratch. No one knew about any part of his past, and Anchorage was a small community at the time, so Hansen easily blended in with his neighbors. He remarried, started a family, and opened a bakery, just like his father always wanted. 5 years after he moved to Alaska, however, Hansen was arrested first for the abduction and attempted rape of one woman, and then the sexual assault of another. Altogether, Hansen served 6 months in prison before he was remanded to... I think, Don, all the similarities are fantasy. A lot of time spent fantasizing. So for Hansen, he spends so much time fantasizing. He's like, how do I freaking make this real? He's like, I need to get a remote island, kind of like Epstein, you know what I mean? The place where nobody's going to watch. And then I can go ahead and do what I want to do. And that's why he ended up being the butcher baker, right? He's this guy who would pick up prostitutes. Why prostitutes? Because they're vulnerable. And he doesn't have to kidnap them. They'll get in his car. And nobody will really look for them. He'll take them in his plane, fly them to Alaska. And that's where he'll fulfill his fantasy, right? Which is hunting. So it for the killer, it's all the MO is okay, it's a guy who's fantasizing, and the MO is like how they go about it. I think.
Nothing. So no rules.
No
So
rules.
what do you think about as new attempts to revive his relevancy
Who?
by
What?
rebooting his. God, hold on.
YouTube ad actor says right. Prostitutes and hitchhikers willingly get into strangers' cars. Yes. So you have to kind of get into the mind of the killer, or try to. Nobody can. Like, not even the FBI can get into the mind of these killers, right? So we're trying to do our best, but we're trying to think about how he gets from point A to point B. Bad actor says right. Prostitutes and hitchhikers. Think about it. If you're constantly fantasizing about committing some kind of a murder, right? You're going to think, well, how do I get my victim? Well, first of all, you don't want anybody that can kick your ass. You want somebody that's vulnerable, who nobody's going to come looking for. The perfect person that fits that is a prostitute or a runaway. Apparently, there's an echo.
Let me try now.
Stop sharing the screen now. Don says echoing now. Mute YouTube. Let me know if that helped. I stopped sharing my screen. Let me know if that stopped the echo. Let's see. Bad actors. Edmund Kemper, another huge guy, did it with hitchhikers. Yeah. Let's see, we got some stuff on Kemper. Let me share my screen. Yeah, I can hear you echoing. Now I hear it. Do you have YouTube open?
Yeah, let me close it out.
Yeah, close that down real quick.
Well, that doesn't sound like it echoed there.
Check. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, I'm going to play this video.
Typical kids on the block were doing, to coming home from school that I didn't like anyway. And ironically, I have a high IQ. I didn't know that till I was locked up the first time for murder. I always thought I was a little missing up here, a little short. Because I was always called stupid, I was called slow, don't you think when you do things? That was the problem. I wasn't thinking when I did things.
Let's see. Bad actor says it's weird how many of these men are really tall. Zodiac too. Well, the sad thing about it is a lot of these guys who are super tall, like I don't know, I think they get picked on a little bit. You know, people just expect them to be like some kind of brute. Like, hey, you're the big guy, and some guy with little man complex. It's like picking on them, you know, trying to hit them, and they're just not interested, you know. I mean, who was the Zodiac, Don?
Have you watched the Gacy series on Peacock?
It was too creepy for me. Me and my wife, we watched like the first, I think, 1.5. It was great. Like, what's his name? The actor from Sons of Anarchy.
That's the Ed Gein on
Ed Gein. Yeah. What'd you say?
The new Gacy.
Oh no. Okay, I thought you were talking about the Ed Gein one, but the Ed Gein one is the one I thought you were talking about, which is pretty good, but it was way too creepy.
I don't want to see that sexy man be that ugly.
Well, if you're into him and you think he's sexy, he literally is naked in that like most of the time. And when I say naked, I'm talking like everything. Like everything.
But he's ugly in that character.
In the character, yeah. He plays it like I totally forget who he is.
No.
Yeah, he's amazing in that character. It's super creepy.
Well, anyway, Bob Mata had done a whole series because his dad was Gacy's lawyer originally, right? And so
Yeah.
they had all these recordings,
Mhm.
and Gacy had signed over the rights. And so now that I mean, Bob had shopped all those tapes over to all the players, right?
Mhm.
He couldn't get a deal that he liked. Like that would be more profitable for him, right? High expectations, low quality delivery. So now he is re-releasing his original Gacy podcast
Who is?
companion this Peacock series.
Oh. Yeah. Typical.
Yeah. I hate follow him.
You're a hate watcher?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. Hold on.
It's even funnier when I get one of those free memberships. If I'm actually watching a live and somebody gives away the membership.
Yeah. Sorry, I got food.
No, don't be sorry. Eat. No, don't be sorry. Eat.
All right, you talk. I'm gonna put you on mute. I'm gonna eat.
All right. All right, ladies and gents. Who else is going to admit to hate watching somebody?
I'm pretty sure I have some hate watchers.
I'm the sheltered. I don't expand past what I'm interested in. So if I don't like what you say when I first see your videos or whatever, I don't continue to watch. Bob Mata swizzled me in with his original.
What's wrong with Bob? I like Bob.
You're very polite.
I'm very polite. I am very tolerable.
Yeah.
People don't know that about me.
Yeah. All right. He is.
I think people have many sides.
There's three sides to him.
I think people have many sides. You know what I mean? Shouldn't judge them just on one.
There's the truth, the money, and the in between. And he lies between two of those.
About what? What do you lie about?
All his take on
Don't say everything.
his Delphi take of his takes of what happened through the trial.
Well, he told me that he thinks that Richard Allen is guilty
When did he say that?
on my channel when I interviewed him.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what he said. I can play it for you.
Please. That would be great.
I said I could.
When that's why I said please.
Leave it up to the crowd. If Dawn tells me to play it, I'll play it. YouTube bad actors. Yeah, she says you're still echoing. She says you're echoing.
Oh.
Slob Mata. Oh, that's not nice. That's mean even. That's not nice. There are no rules. Tolerant is the problem. I like to think so. Play it, brother.
Okay, I've completely closed out of
He said play it.
YouTube. Oh yay! Yay!
Let me pull it up. The only thing is I would have to pinpoint it. I can try maybe right now. Do we want to?
Can you give me a reference?
Just go watch it. You can go watch it.
Yeah. Just give me the reference. What's the date of the video?
Here, I'll play a little bit.
When
I might be lucky and find it,
and like it's really hard to win motions, and from the defense side, you know, you've got to really prove it, because
can you hear that?
I mean, judges are of the mindset that I'd rather be overturned by the appellate court, than especially in a high profile case, than take shit for rulings that I made at the lower court level, at the trial court level. You know what I mean? And I got the sense, like there were a lot of objections with this kind of the way that Nick was deciding to do it, McClellan, is that he would put on his cops piecemeal. Like, so if he was putting Mullins on, he'd say, I'm going to keep him to like limited to one subject area. All right. Like I'm not getting into the entire investigation so that the defense can sit there and cross this guy for 6 hours, pointing out all the flaws. It's like when I'm putting Mullins on, I'm going to talk about him, like literally going over to Harvest Hoosier store or Hoosier Harvest and taking the screen grabs of the video, right? That's it. And like, I'm not going to talk to him about anything else. When I want to talk to him about something else, I'll bring him on again. I'll recall him and then I'll ask him about that. So that what that does is that doesn't allow the defense to go in there and just firing on all kinds of parts of the investigation, because McClellan says it's beyond the scope. Like they are now talking about issues or evidence that was not brought up during his direct examination. And so she would always sustain it. And, you know, I mean, technically it's right. If it's not brought up during direct, it's not fodder for the defense to be able to get into something else. You have to stay within what the scope of the direct exam.
All right. Did you hear what he said? Like, a lot of people don't want to give him his credit, but listen to what he's saying.
You can always look, and I don't even know that that's a thing that is intentionally done by judges, where, you know, typically the state is going to win a vast majority of objections, and like it's really hard to win motions, and from the defense side, you know, you've got to really prove it, because I mean, judges are of the mindset that I'd rather be overturned by the appellate court than, especially in a high profile case, than take shit for rulings that I made at the lower court level, at the trial court level. You know what I mean? And I got the sense, like there were a lot of objections with this kind of the way that Nick was deciding to do it, McClellan, is that he would put on his cops piecemeal. Like, so if he was putting Mullins on, he'd say, I'm going to keep him to like limited to one subject area. All right. Like I'm not getting into the entire investigation so that the defense can sit there and cross this guy for 6 hours, pointing out all the flaws. It's like when I'm putting Mullins on, I'm going to talk about him, like literally going over to Harvest Hoosier store.
I thought Mullins was great.
And taking the screen grabs
The
of
way he
of the
interviewed
video,
Richard Allen was
That's it.
amazing.
And like, I'm not going to talk to him about anything else. When I want to talk to him about something else, I'll bring him on again. I'll recall him and then I'll ask him about that. So what that does is that doesn't allow the defense to go in there and just firing on all kinds of parts of the investigation, because McClellan says it's beyond the scope. Like they are now talking about issues or evidence that was not brought up during his direct examination. And so she would always sustain it. And, I mean, technically it's right. If it's not brought up during direct, it's not fodder for the defense to be able to get into something else. You have to stay within what the scope of the direct examination was. So, and that was a strategy. And frankly, it was a good strategy by, because we all know what kind of the gaping holes in the investigation are. And that was a good way for McClellan to protect these cops from having to sit up there and just get hammered on all the shit that they didn't do. You know what I mean? It had to come in like piecemeal, which really kind of defrayed it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you had a situation where
What could be distracting?
It can, but it can also be more powerful from think about most cases where you see it, like where you have a cop witness that's on the stand for 6 hours and they're going through like the entire investigation. And then the defense comes and they get to talk about every aspect of the investigation. And there is no such thing as a perfect investigation. There's just not. Like, we're humans. There's always, we're not robots.
Hindsight. What's
Yeah,
up?
there's always going to be mistakes.
All right,
always.
I'm done.
In
I'm
every
done
investigation you'll ever see. There's going to be mistakes in every trial you ever see. There's that's just, we're human beings, man. We're flawed, so it's like that, but like the way that he did it and kinds of like being able to control that and not allow for a long narrative of like 6 hours of like all the stuff that they didn't do or they should have done or that they did wrong coming out in one
Are you there,
one
Never?
long thing where the jury's like, wow,
sorry.
man, this thing was a mess.
So,
It's easier when
maybe at some point he'll
spreads them
mention it,
apart.
but
like
is
in
there anything
terms
else
of,
you wanted to
because
add?
like when they finally get the lost
I
interview
think
thing,
he's
like was probably the third time they called
pinpointing out the
and it
different
was
strategies. Like the I mean, Nick hand tied the defense tied.
So at some point during this interview, he says, yes, Richard Allen was convicted. I do believe that he is guilty. He does say that.
I will go back and look for that, and then I'm going to snip that out, tweet that out anytime.
No, I think I made a short out of it too. Go to my shorts. It might be there. He even gave Goal a 10 out of 10.
Now I think you're smoking crack.
No, I swear. Go to my shorts. You'll see it.
All right. That'll be fun.
All right. Any last words before we get out of here?
Well, I hope everybody has a happy November, a safe November, and here's to no new serial killers popping up.
Well, apparently there was 25 active right now in the United States. Wait, hold on. I think we did this before. How many active serial killers are in the United States? Approximately 20 to 50 at any given time. However, the FBI also estimates that there could be as many as 500 unidentified and at-large serial killers in the U.S. So why do
Well, I
we
know the
cover
one that's on the
true crime?
I-10.
You know what I mean?
Huh?
I said, why do we cover true crime?
To be prepared.
That's why. That's fucking why. You telling me I can't let my wife go to the grocery store without like a machine gun or what?
I've started carrying mace
Oh yeah,
because I
mace is
can't open
great.
carry.
Oh yeah, mace. If you can, yeah, like not just regular mace, like maybe like bear spray.
Yeah. Well, I have bait. I have just regular mace right now because I'm just I only carry it and because I go walking in a park and
Yeah, something
there's
with
been
some
like
power. You know, like a
three.
burst, like psh.
Yep. But and there's been like this car that I've seen on a regular basis, and he is in the car. He's not walking, and he just like moves to different areas to watch people that are walking on the trail.
You know what you need is a sticky bomb.
A sticky bomb,
Yeah, sticky bomb.
if those were legal. No.
You throw it right on his windshield. You walk by, throw it right on his windshield. He doesn't really know what it is, and then it just kind of explodes. You know what I mean?
Uh, yeah.
And maybe it's not damaging. It's a warning.
Yeah. He needs something. But there's always like cops rolling through the area. Like there's never a time that I don't see two cops rolling through on one lap. So I just
Maybe it's
need
an
Mace to
undercover.
get me through to see the second cop roll through.
This person might even be a cop. You don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't think a cop's gonna be a little Hyundai thing that he has, but
Like a bait car, undercover
maybe.
drug. I don't know. Who knows? Who
Who
knows what they're up
who
to?
knows? But I got nervous.
Damn DEA agents.
I got nervous and I was like, "Hey, husband, I need mace." And
Yeah,
he brought
mace.
me home
Yeah,
mace.
I always recommend mace, a blade, but also for women, definitely like like a small, like a pistol for sure.
Well, yes, I have my Felicia, but I can't open carry. I can't conceal carry in this state, so
Well, that sucks. I wouldn't. I
yeah.
don't think I would live in a state where I couldn't consider carry. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem free to me.
We don't get to choose the states we live, so
Yeah, you do. What state would you like to live in?
our profession doesn't let us allow to choose. Follow along. You don't have to say it out loud. Yeah, so we're stuck in a state that doesn't allow it. So
Any final words?
ciao ciao.
All right. Thank you so much. Never a believer. All right, guys. This is going to do it. Let me catch up on the chat and then we'll get out of here. That was a good call. We are approaching the 3-hour mark. That means I got to go. Cindy, it's good to see you. Dawn, you've been everywhere. Texas, I've been all over Texas. Lubbock. Been through New Mexico. Don is asking, why is Mata fighting so hard for Ricky? I don't think he's fighting for Ricky. I think he's fighting for the defense cause. Right? That's his team. So if there's an argument to be had that throws weight that way, just for the pure sport of it, we're going to hear about it. Keep your keys in between your fingers. Keep them hard in the knee or the nuts. I don't know. I think mace. Skip all that. Just spray them right in the face. Boom. Right. Just keep that mace always on you. Like not just regular mace, like some really good like spray. Treat them like a grizzly bear. Really dust them up. Now she's a believer. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Cindy, absolutely. I second that. I'm gonna beat Nick at heart. All right, that's gonna do it. Thanks again, Don Spain. Here, let me hit you with this. With the money train. Tip means a lot. Everybody else, enjoy your night. Happy Halloween. Let's throw this back up on the screen. It was good to see everybody. Happy Halloween. Thank you, bad actors. We'll do it again from time to time. Happy Halloween.